what are you looking to try and gain from a new driver? Is it a little bit more distance, tighter dispersion, or is it both?
I mean, it's every golfer's answer, probably both. I think for me, I've got a big miss left.
Okay.
I think if I not could eradicate that, because I still have a dispersion, which I know I'll always have, which some will go slightly draw, some will go right. But I think trying to get rid of that big left would be helpful. Yeah. And obviously, some more distance would be lovely. Because the numbers might completely change what I believe, but I feel like my spin on the ball is too high, and I'm actually losing probably what I could gain.
Okay, so we'll have a look at all this. Let's get started then. Let's see hit some shots. So very good swing.
Straight away the big left.
Yeah, that's a good swing that. So again, like when we're doing, especially like the driver fits, we're never changing more than one variable at a time. Like you haven't really missed the golf club there. I mean, you're swinging at 107 mile an hour. If you're slightly off, well, it's going to look worse than someone swinging the golf club at 87 mile an hour, isn't it? So again, don't worry about a bad shot. The best players in the world hit bad shots. I mean, apart from one of those there, you're in play. I mean, the strike there was absolutely superb. It was very good. Just think it's just a little bit of face control, that's all. So straight away, I'm going to give you something very, very neutral. Matching the loft, you've got 9 degree there. I'm going to give you 9 degree. We're going to start you off in the core head. So I'm going to have 2 4-gram weights at the front and 2 9-gram weights at the back. So again, this is where the driver's going to be at its most forgiving. I'm going to put you in like a mid-rotation shaft to start the process off. And then we'll look at like closure rates, and then I'll start really starting to change stuff. But I'm never going to move more than one thing at a time, and I'm going to lead you through every stage of this fitting. Right. Okay.
And how much do you listen to a golfer and be honest versus what numbers tell you? More,
because at the end, look, when you're doing a fitting, numbers are numbers. Numbers are great. Numbers are there to help us, and and things like that. But you can't take the number. I'm not going to be on the golf course with you next Saturday or this Saturday when you play golf. It's all the golfer's got to feel confident in what he's playing. Driver fits. The amount of good players I've played, and they like to play the driver with a little bit more spin so they can control ball flight more. So again, you've got to listen to what the golfer's looking for, because I'm not here for you to be in a golf club I want you to be in. I'm here to fit your golf swing and for you to see what you want to see.
We've talked quite a bit on the app about players instead of reacting to a shot. Look for patterns.
Oh, 100%, you have to.
There's not enough information on one shot, is there?
No, you can't.
Whereas if there's a distinct pattern, then that's where you can really drill in with the club fitting then.
Correct. For me, you've got a little bit of a two-way miss, but I think, the right miss comes in from you that scared to almost like trust your golf swing, back yourself, because you see it going this way. Like when we were warming up there, your good shots were left, and then the next shot's right. You're very much a reactive, you react to a bad shot a little bit too much. You're a 4 handicap golfer, you can clearly play golf. You just need to almost just have a little bit more trust in what you're doing in the process. That would be, that'd be my advice to yourself, really.
It's another element of the game that's reinforcing some of the principles that we've talked so much about.
Good swing. Straight away there, that was 161 ball speed. It's 5 mile an hour gain instantly there. Keep going. Your closure rate number, obviously the big thing here, you're like 2472, so you are very, very much a mid-rotation golfer. So I'm going to put you in like a mid-rotation shaft again, sticking with the React shaft, going to go a little bit firmer, we're going to go into X. I'm just going to add a little bit more loft to start with, and then the next time I'm going to just start moving a little bit of weight around, okay? Cool. Yep. So I'm going to move a little bit more weight into the toe, because I just don't want that face rotating too much, that's all. So just give us 2 seconds and we'll be good to go. Look at that. I mean, but this is the story where we're going. The shaft is matching your profile. You're finding a much more consistent centered strike. 2 things you're going to see when you do that: gaining ball speed, we've seen, but you're also going to see the dispersion being tighter, and that's that for me is more impressive than the gaining distance is wonderful, but for me, a good player is always trying to hit more fairways, which you are, and then the huge benefit is going 15 yards further.
Ben, I think you'd agree that was amazing.
That was absolutely incredible.
Amazing fitting, and Adam's credible expertise there. But for me, it's an opportunity for you here with what's just happened. And in a couple of hours, you literally could, we talk a lot about the story, you could literally begin to rewrite your story.
Yeah, Adam's only just met me for the first time, and even with the numbers, he could just tell something was going on about not me swinging freely, and a bit out of fear because of obviously my past history of my big left. So as a fitter and expert, it was to try and bring me in to release, or to give me the more confidence to release it. And it was absolutely incredible because by the end, I was swinging freely, feeling like I could really go at it, knowing that the left wasn't there. But as you would say, Karl, I've got to go away and rebuild probably 10 years of bad history.
But the story of left was there for a reason, because you used to hit it left.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't an illusion. But I think now with what you've got from Adam, you can actually go out there, you'll hit some shots. But we talked before about journaling, putting good shots down and emphasising to yourself, this is a line, today's like a line in the sand for him. Start again. And just, I mean, incredible to see what can, and I think it comes back to what we said at the beginning, a study of one. Everything that Adam's done there was absolutely about you and your history and what you needed, not anybody else. And I think that's the key message for me.
Again, yeah, 100%. But it was almost, we've got the fear. I mean, the beauty from my point of view there, watching your golf balls, is it was very, very straightforward. It was a one-way miss. You know, like a one-way miss is very, very easy to correct. You know, as you could see, as we're talking you through what we're doing and explaining, you can see the results, and you know, the results were brilliant. You know, the gains that you've seen there are superb. You know, the irons, the tighter dispersion, obviously the distance with the driver, which is brilliant, but again, tighter again. We're just really, really trying to make that left side of the golf course closer. You know, we don't want it going 15, 20 yards. We want it, if the bad one to go 10 yards, then all of a sudden, you know, you're going to see much more better scores. Your confidence level is going to be higher. But it's almost like listening to what you want as well. You know, you can almost get, sometimes when you go for a fit, you can get led by the fitter where he wants you to be. You know, it's very, very much, it was quite a straightforward exercise with yourself today, really. We just needed you to, you know, get the confidence back in your golf swing, because you're a really good player. But just to really eliminate that side you miss, bring that back this way. And again, like you just said there, Karl, you know, it's a line in the sand today. Going forward, hopefully, you know, we get the handicap down, we start, you know, enjoying it a little bit more, get the confidence back up. And yeah, I mean, hopefully, you know, that's the goal from this, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the excitement I've got to go play again is great. But I think that, from my perspective, it was the great conversations we had was building my bag based on how I like to play, i.e. we had hybrids going way too far, which were great to impress my friends, to be like, oh, look how far I can hit, but pointless on a golf course. Yeah. And I think that's the thing, we dialed it back to play to my game and built the bag around it, which therefore gives me the confidence of I've got the right clubs in my bag. Yeah, I think the way we've built your golf bag there is when you turn up at your golf club on a Saturday or a Sunday morning, you know exactly what each club in that bag is meant to do. You know, you haven't got a golf club that's going to all of a sudden go this distance when you're looking for it to go this distance. You know, you don't, it sounds a little bit boring, but we've built the bag for exactly what you need. You know, there's clubs in there that every single club in that golf bag has got a purpose. You know, this club's for this, you know, for this number, this club's for this number. And again, with the irons, you know, you can see the dispersion being tighter. That's only going to breed to like more greens in regulation. Again, which, you know, should in hindsight lead to better scores. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you very much.